Hey y'all, it's Tie-Dye Butterfly. I'm gonna do a cooking video for my really good friend MizzAudrey. I told her I would do it last night on a live, so I've never done this before, so y'all bear with me. First, I just got done with my workout. See my soy milk there, my chocolate soy milk. Got my protein powder in it. I'm gonna make chickpea sloppy joes. But I really like to use like sloppy joe mix on baked potatoes, so that's why I'm going to make some baked potatoes. I just wrapped them with aluminum foil, but before I did that I poked holes in them, and I'm going to stick them in the oven for about an hour, because these are pretty big, at 400 degrees. So that's step one. Alright, so when the potatoes are cooking, we're going to go ahead and cut up some onions, because we're going to caramelize some onions. So we're just going to cut them in slices, and we're going to stick them in our skillet for about 45 minutes on medium-low heat with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'll get back to you in a sec. Okay, so here's the onions. I just made them, I just sliced them, separated them, threw them in the pot. Well, it's not a pot, it's a skillet. And threw some oil in there with them. And we're gonna, right now I have them on medium heat, but once it starts getting kind of good and hot, I'm just gonna slowly turn it down to about like 3, like halfway between medium and low. So yeah, we're just gonna let those cook. It'll take roughly like maybe 45 minutes. So our potatoes have 48 minutes. So that's all good. So we'll be doing the next step while this is caramelizing. So I have a tip for y'all, which I don't know if anybody knows this, but my grandmother told me that when you cut up an onion, if the smell is left on your fingers and you want to get rid of that, stainless steel normally will take the odor away. So I like wipe down my fingers on my faucet, which I know is stainless steel, and then I just wash them off and the onion smell is gone. So just in case anybody needed to know that. Okay, so next we're gonna slice up a bell pepper, leave it, and then we're gonna combine some ingredients into a saucepan. You can do it in another skillet, but my favorite skillet is the one that's occupying the onions. So I'm going to do it in a saucepan. So, be right back. Okay, so I don't know if anybody else cuts up bell pepper the way I do, but I found this to be the easiest. I go around the top first, get that out of the way, and then where there's the little circles, like, you know, hold on, let me see if I can show you. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand. You know, like maybe like that. I just cut this part off and just leave this like that. So you ain't got to worry about too many seeds and the little parts that kind of get in the way when you cut that kind of stick out, because I don't really like that. So I try to cut them this way where they're all kind of smooth and it doesn't get in the way, so you can just like chop 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 and get your slices and stuff kind of quicker. So that's not a hack, but that's just what I do. Okay. So we're also going to throw some garlic in our saucepan with the bell pepper, and I don't ever measure garlic. I just stop when I feel like it's enough. So if you don't know how to cut up garlic, I have 3 little cloves here. It's really hard to do this with one hand, so y'all just bear with me. I'm recording and I got the knife in the other hand. Y'all got my knife in it pretty. So take it here like this, and it's really fun when you do it with 2 hands, but you know, this is kind of difficult. But you place the knife over the top and you just whack it and it smushes it, and then you just like, well, I use like the bottom, and you just do it like that, you know, with the garlic to get it all chopped up and nice. And we're still trying to do this with one hand and it's not really working, but we're gonna try it. So I'll cut that better, but I'm gonna do 2 of these at the same time if I can. and well, it didn't really work. But anyway, I'll get the gist. And then you just chop them up, and we'll be back into the recipe in a second. Alright, they're in there. They're in the sauce pot. So while these are cooking, we're going to check on our neighbors over here. They're doing good. They're getting a little translucent. I'm going to give that a stir. I can't do it with holding up the lid and the camera at the same time. So I'm going to give those a stir and be right back. Okay, so this is what we're doing next. So we got the onion. It's not onion, sorry. We got the garlic and bell pepper in there in the saucepan. So then we're going to add these spices to it. We're going to do half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground coriander, 1/4 of a teaspoon of oregano, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. Yes, my pepper's in that. Okay, so now we got all the spices in there. So we're going to let this cook for maybe a minute or two while the spices incorporate in the bell pepper and the garlic. I don't see that. The lighting kind of sucks from here. I apologize for that. So we're going to let that cook for about a minute, and then I'll be back. Okay, so now we're going to add half of a cup of ketchup and 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. I have gluten-free soy sauce because I am gluten-free because it is harmful to my body. So I have tamari. I'm not sure if I pronounced any of this stuff right, but I got this big old bottle. See, there it is, the ketchup bottle. It's pretty big. Got this at Thrive.com, and the Thrive Market is what it is actually. And I got it for like I think $4.99, which I mean that's really good. That's gonna last me a while. So just letting y'all know, that's at Thrive because I couldn't find any in Kroger or Walmart. So Thrive's where it's at. Okay, so the ketchup and the soy sauce is in there, and while we let these get better acquainted, we're going to pulse some chickpeas, which are garbanzo beans, in a little food processor type thing I have. So hold on a second. Okay, so here we are. We're about to pulse some chickpeas. Here's the chickpeas I have, garbanzo beans. If anybody didn't know, the liquid in canned chickpeas is called aquafaba, and normally I reserve it and I will use it for my vegan mayo or in a chocolate chip cookie recipe because you can substitute, you know, the eggs for aquafaba. It whisks up really nice. So it acts like an egg substitute. So normally I save it, but I do have some on hand right now, so I'm not going to save it. But just letting you know for those that didn't. Okay, so we're just going to give them a couple quick little pulses. Alright, and then we're going to add them to the pot. Alright, we got them added, and then we're just going to give them a good little stir and to incorporate. Okay, so when you add that, also add 2 tablespoons. Yeah, I just used the little half cup that the ketchup was in. I measured it out. And just give it a stir. Let it cook for a couple minutes. Let it thicken. And we'll be back. Okay, so we're going to turn this down to, I'm going to do 3. No, I'm not. I'm going to do 2. And then we're going to cover it and let it kind of simmer for maybe, I'm going to do 15 minutes. So kind of let it simmer and do its thing. Let all the spices and ketchup and soy sauce, all that mixed together, and give it a really good flavor. So make sure that whenever you're letting it simmer, it's not on like too high of a heat to let it burn. So just let it sit there and stew. But I'll let y'all know afterwards. Okay, so we're checking on the onions, and we're just gonna set them there so y'all can see. Just gonna kind of gently move them around. Look at that! Look how pretty they are. They got about 10 minutes left on them, which I think I might cook them a little bit longer. It depends on how much darker they get within 10 minutes. So, I'll let y'all see. Yeah, but they're not good. The camera really doesn't do it justice, but they look really pretty. So, okay, see you soon. Alright, here they are. They are mostly done. I'm just going to say they're done. So, I'm going to turn them off, and we are going to plate everything up. Okay, y'all. So, everything was done, but my baked potatoes were still kind of hard, so they were huge. They were only cooked for like an hour, so I bumped up I bumped up the temperature on them. That was the oven telling me that it was preheated. So I bumped up the temperature on that to let them cook a little bit longer because I'm really hungry. So while that's cooking, I am going to go ahead and make me a little sandwich because I'm going to use some more of the mixture and put it on my baked potatoes because that's the bomb. This freaking sloppy Joe mix is great. I'm just letting y'all know. It's really good. I'm really impressed with it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's a pretty simple recipe, so hopefully it'll be easy for y'all to try. They didn't have any gluten-free buns at the store, so I used the gluten-free ciabatta buns. I don't know how that's pronounced it, but that's how I pronounce it. Ciabatta, I don't know. Y'all, I'm horrible pronouncing stuff. I'm just letting you know. But I also put some of my avocado slaw that I made last night on it, just because, and the caramelized onions on top. And then we're just gonna do that. And I'm gonna eat this while I wait for my baked potato. I'll let y'all see the baked potato and like how I prepare it and stuff, and so you can kind of see what the sloppy Joe mix looks like on top of it. It's really good. If you don't want to do any kind of carbs, well, you know, like bread and stuff like that, you know, the baked potato is great. It's really good with sloppy Joe mix. I used to eat it before I became a vegan. Just the regular sloppy Joe mix on a baked potato with sour cream, butter, salt and pepper, and cheese, and it was great. And I'm gonna kind of do that this time, except I don't have any vegan sour cream, which the Kroger was out. I was really upset about, but hey. But I am gonna put some vegan shredded cheese on it, so I'll show y'all whenever it gets done. Y'all, I ate that in under like 5 minutes. It was so freaking good. These are why my non-stick pots and pans hate me. I'm really bad about it. Really bad. I'm trying not to touch the bottom. But dude, this is great. I don't think it needs any other tweaking to it. It doesn't need any more coriander or cumin or anything like that. I think it's absolutely perfect. But it kind of just depends on your preference. If you want a little bit more of this or that in it, just tweak it, you know, make it your own. And you can also add some hot sauce to it if you want. I don't like anything spicy, so that's a definite no for me. But this is great. Like, y'all have to try this. This is a go-to recipe from now on. This is great. So Just letting y'all know. Very, very happy with it. But yeah, I'm still going to show you the baked potato afterwards. We have 11 minutes. 11:11. Did you see that? That was cool. So yeah, that's what we're waiting on. Alright, my baked potato just got out of the oven. It's steaming. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it is. I'm going to load it real quick and show you what it looks like before I put on the sloppy Joe mix. Okay, so here's the baked potato. I put some salt, pepper, butter, and cheese on it. This is the vegan butter that I use, Earth Balance. I think that it tastes super similar to regular butter, so I really, really enjoy it. It comes in 4 little sticks. The sticks aren't that big, but they're fat, so, you know, they're pretty good size, but they're kind of short. I just used, you know, a little bit of it. So, and then this is the cheese I was mentioning to my friend MizzAudrey. It's the Daiya cheddar style shreds. To get these to really melt nicely, you need it like whatever you're cooking with, or if you want to top it with something, you need it to be like extremely hot to melt really good. So the baked potato was like super, super hot, but I'm going to stick it in the microwave just for maybe a minute to get it to kind of melt on there. If I ever find another cheese that melts really nicely, without the extra steps, I'll definitely let y'all know. But yeah, let me heat that up for a second. Okay, so as you can see, I shook it out of the microwave. It's a little bit more stringy and cheesy now. If you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. But it's melting a lot better. There you go. It's being stringy there. So, it does have like a different taste. I am going to let, you know, give that disclaimer. So maybe not everybody will like the taste of it. So, it really all kind of is your preference, honestly. But Daiya, I just saw, it's made with chickpeas. So, anyway, I'm about to top it and show it to you. Okay, I know it may look weird, but y'all, this is really good. This is super good. This mixed with the baked potato, I don't know, it just adds like a really, really good flavor. I really like it. Y'all gonna have to let me know if you like it too, if you try it. No pressure. But anyway, that's my recipe. I wish I had some vegan sour cream to go on it, but the store was out, so. Anyway, that's it. So, if y'all bared with me the entire video, I applaud you, because I even was like, man, she really is disorganized and don't know what she's talking about. I mean, it really seemed like that, but we got through it and it tastes great, so I'm just letting y'all know. If y'all follow the recipe, it's great. It's great. Anywho, hope y'all enjoyed. Later.